Describe manpower. Well, it's certainly a delicacy. Manpower. I'm just thinking on how to start playing EU4 without relying on the quantity so much. Okay, so here's what you do. You get the following ideas. You get defensive. You get quality. And you get exploration. Yeah? And then... oh, and then humanist. And then you'll have a ginormous amount of manpower without needing to grab quantity. Okay? You'll never have any manpower issues. Because if you do that, you get defensive, you get 25% land attrition. You get humanist and defensive. You get another negative 25% land attrition. So now you're down to negative 50. And then if you grab quality, not only will your troops die less, but quality exploration gives you another 25 land attrition, which is almost the maximum because the maximum is negative 80%. I think maximum is 90, now it's 80% because the minimum attrition you suffer is 1% and the maximum is 5. So if you get 75% land attrition, your land attrition is going to be like 1.2 or something like that. And the minimum is 1. So, and then you suffer such little attrition that you'll have bizarre amounts of manpower. Now, if you only grab defensive humanist, you're already like halfway there. But still. Or you just get quantity. Sure, but if you don't want to pick quantity, he said he didn't want to pick quantity. So there's an alternative. And it's really strong. Like we did that one. I did that in a no merc campaign because I had to. And I could have just picked quantity, but I think I didn't. I think I ended up not picking quantity. Nil hegemony also. Oh yeah, but then you're talking. Okay. Yeah, sure. You can build 1 million men, and then you don't need quantity anymore. But at that point, you're kind of done already, aren't you? If you conquer the world, you also don't need quantity anymore because you don't have any enemies. So your army can be a lot smaller. But you can also pick up the Mil Hegemon to get the minimum, to get the negative 20%. The at last 5%. But what you could do, in all seriousness, if you do pick Huma defensive, and then pick quantity, so go human defensive quantity, then you'll get 10% from this, so that you have 50, this is 60, and then with Mil Hegemon, that's 80, which is also max. And then you'll have way more troops and it's way stronger. Probably. Presumably. You can also get good and just not lose. Yeah, you could. What's Cog Exploit? So you know how this army is movement locked? I'm gonna tell it to automatically transport somewhere else. And now it's no longer movement locked. And the cog stays here. So that is that exploit. Should you still overstacking when sieging in this war? Yes, in any patch you should. Doesn't matter which. Always overstack if you're dismantling the HRE. Always, 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 always. Because battle's bad. Once you fight a battle, even if it's just against 10k, it will attract enemies. Like moths to a flame. Honey to a bear. And, you know, me to you. So don't do that. Alright, don't fight battles. In the HRE. It's always bad. Bear to a honey. I may have purposefully set that the wrong way around. So, good morning, Florry. What are the advantages of half-stating territories? Well, if you half-state them, you get 50% autonomy instead of 90. So it's a lot better. You should get more money. but you only pay half the Govcap penalty. Okay, so here's the deal, right? If you're a horde, you get a 33% discount on the world because you can raise provinces and lower their development. So you have to spend 33% less to integrate them. Not only that, but raising gives you mana coins. So hordes are the best at teching. They're the best at getting ideas. They're the best at expanding. They're the best at everything because they get the most mana coins. And everything is cheaper, so you have less OE. Just less dev, less Govcap issues. You have less of every cost and more of every gain. It's the best tag. Best countries in the game. It's just their economy sucks. No, why? There's nothing that says their economy is bad. Nothing. What makes their economy bad? I mean, you can conquer all of India in like 2 seconds. There you go. Now you have a good economy. I feel like hordes have very little downsides. What do I look for when I choose infantry type? Usually offensive pips over defensive pips. And so in this situation, in this patch, morale means nothing. So I didn't want the offensive morale guy. And this gave me defensive shock pip. It's all about the amount of troops you have now, not morale. Morale is meaningless, so that's why I picked this one. They're probably gonna change everything again next patch though, so I don't know. But that is how, that was my reasoning. Is morale going to get better soon? I don't know exactly what they're gonna change about the whole thing. Let's hope so. Alright, new horses. I guess we will go for, again, the one that has the least amount of morale pips. Seems good to me. I've got maxed out manpower. What's my force limit now? 26. Alright, we'll get another horse. Just for shits and giggles. I don't get horses, they're bad, but... Diplo annex policy? You don't need to... You can do that one at the end. You don't have to press it early. Get the 20%... You don't have to press that immediately. You can press that later. It applies retroactively. So, you don't need to press this until he's about to be integrated. Because then you might end up spending admin for longer than you need to. So you press it when he's at like 65% or something. Right? That's when we press it. Florian chat, plus 250 Govcap or negative 10% autonomy in territories. That is an easy choice. Always this. No, sorry. 99. Okay, that might be a little bit over exaggeration. 90% of the case is this. Okay, it's so incredibly powerful. It's insane. The wording of this might be a little weird, but let's just say, put it like this: it increases the effectiveness of your territories by 100%. Taxes, production, manpower, sailors. Because the minimum autonomy is 90, and now you're making it 80. So instead of getting 10% of the value, you're getting 20% of the value out of the province. That alone saves you way more Govcap than this could ever do. Right? Now, if you're playing tall and you're never going to have, if you know for sure, that you're never, ever going to get a territory, then get this. Flurry the marketing master. I mean, I hope I sold you on that because it'll make you play better. I myself have the minimum autonomy in territories at home. It's great. I've enjoyed it for years. It never breaks down. Use the code !minimum to get the minimum autonomy in territories today. Get 50% off if you use the code Flurry. Mom, can we have more Govcap plus 250 Govcap? Mom, no, we have Govcap at home. Govcap at home, negative 10%. It's not like that. This is mopping the floor with the tap open. This is like giving a man a fish, and this is teaching him how to fish. This. Just use more territories. This. Oh, you can keep going with your debauchery, your decadence, your wastefulness for a little bit longer, and then it stops. This will always help you. And it will help you in many decades to come. So, having a higher total government cap is nice though, because the modifiers you get for being over the cap, you do not go over the cap. You never go over the cap, no matter what. You do not go, no. You do not ever go over the cap. You don't hit the cap. But with this, if you're about to reach the cap, you unstate some land. And it doesn't hurt you as much. Because you can do this. Now, if this were to be able to let you full state the whole world, then great. But it doesn't. It just delays the inevitable by a little tinsy-wincy bit. It's not worth it, really. Trust me. Pick the other thing. It'll make you so much more money. And not to mention TCs. It just makes TCs go brrrr, and then you have money. Why not go over the cap? Because going over the cap is terrible. You can go over the cap in multiplayer. So actually, hold on, because I'm a single player guy, right? But in multiplayer, you might want to pick this. But you can go over the cap in multiplayer, and then if you pick this, the modifiers are slightly less bad. Yeah. But in multiplayer, you don't give a shit about that cap. Okay? It's not that important. But it gives CCR penalties, and it gives improved relation penalties, I believe. Pretty sure it's really bad. Okay, especially the CCR. It's oh man, that is a death sentence in single player. Thoughts on deving subject provinces? I mean, it helps you lower the liberty desire, but it also fucks your liberty desire because they get more development. So Fugazi, in the end, does it really help? I don't know. Caw, my bird.